I know this place. I have never set foot in this hall, but I have been here before, once. I know what I will find if I keep walking. No, I expected to meet Brother Roland, but it's not him that I see when I come to the end. Who is this man, this priest of Archay? He is familiar, but I'm sure I've never met him. It's not his face that I know. It's something like hearing the first 3 notes of a favorite song, one you've heard 100, 1,000 times before. You feel what it is before you can remember the name of it. He speaks to me, hasty words or a long, lazy conversation. The meanings slip away as soon as the sound leaves the air between us. Why am I here? He tells me everything. But I do not or cannot remember the answer. He gives me a warning and a promise. Frightening words, but his voice is comforting, like a hand on my shoulder, like a warm hearth on a cold day. There's only one thing I remember of all that he tells me. You have been turned away once, he says. You will be turned away again. And when the 3rd time comes, your father will not welcome you into Sovngarde. Where? Oh. Right. Dawnstar. That's strange. For a moment there, I was expecting to wake up in Bruma. Back home. But this is definitely not home. Ugh. You know, I think I need to take a walk to clear my head. Good morning. No bad dreams last night, I expect? Strange. That was not a nightmare that I had last night, but it was something. Huh. Nice day. I think I spoke a little bit too quickly. Oh well. I am still taking my walk either way. Morning, Duroc. That dream. I've had a dream that was... Well, it wasn't the same dream, but it was something like it. And I'm not normally one to pay much attention to my dreams, but this one was different. Maybe because I've had such a similar dream before, Maybe because the dream that I had years ago had so much of an impact on my life. I think I was about 13 years old when it happened. And I was just beginning to, not exactly negotiate, but to talk a little bit about the idea of training under Brother Roland to eventually become a priestess of Archay. This is before the idea of becoming a bard ever occurred to me. And it seemed like a good bet. But then I had this dream. It was in that same place, that hall. I walked down towards the shrine at the end, and Brother Roland was standing there. But instead of welcoming me, like I expected he would, he turned me away. He told me to go. And maybe I wouldn't have made anything of it. But I told him about the dream, just because it seemed so strange to me. It seemed like exactly the opposite of what I would have expected. You know, I was excited about the prospect of becoming a priestess of Archay. It seemed like the right thing to do. But when I told him about the dream, well, he told me that he had also had a dream. And in that dream, he had been standing in a hall with a shrine dedicated to Archay. And he had seen me coming down this long corridor towards him. And when I arrived, he told me that I needed to go. He turned me away. And he didn't know why he was doing it. He just felt that that was not the right place for me to be. It seems that we had the same dream on the same night, just from two different perspectives. And even though I've never been one to pay much attention to my dreams, Brother Roland is. And he decided that that was as much a sign as anything that I was not supposed to become a priestess of Archay. That I was not meant for that. What in the world is this? I don't like the looks of this. What is this?
What is life's greatest illusion?
How about this? Dreams are reality, and reality is really a dream?
You are not worthy.
Oh, great. Yeah. Of course I'm not. Not that I particularly want to be worthy of a door with a giant skull in the middle of it. Ugh. I'm not sure I want to know what that is all about. Another sign, maybe. I think I'm just not going to worry too much. I'm just going to take my walk down the coast and pretend I didn't see anything. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going here. Just gonna keep walking a little ways and then I'll turn back before too long. I just keep thinking about that dream. I mean, this one was different. It wasn't Brother Roland down at the end of that hallway. I don't know who it was, though. There's nobody I actually know. And that's the strangest thing about it. Well, no, it's not the strangest thing, but it's one of the strange things. I mean, he seemed so familiar, but I'm sure I've never seen him before. You know, actually, Garm, that was one of the strange things about the dream. I never saw you there, but I still felt like you were there the entire time. Maybe it's just that a part of my mind knew that you were in the inn with me, sleeping nearby. But it felt so much like I could just turn around and see you right there. Only I never did see you. I don't know. Does this dream actually mean anything? I rather hope not, because the only thing I remember of what that priest said was that it was something about my father and not welcoming me into Sovngarde, which is not exactly a comforting thing to think about. I mean, what does that mean? That I won't be worthy of Sovngarde? Or maybe it means that my father, whoever he was, wasn't worthy of Sovngarde. Maybe he died a coward. That's not a pleasant thing to think about. And it doesn't make sense, because he died in the war, and you'd think that anyone who died in a war couldn't be considered a coward. I don't know. Maybe it's a metaphor for something. What is that over there? Somebody was camping out here? It's kind of a remote spot. Huh. Flowers. And wine. Oh. Aha. Well, it looks like Brother Arander did some of Mara's work while he was here. Apparently, Dawnstar has a pair of newlyweds, by the looks of things. And it seems that they decided to enjoy their honeymoon out here camping on the coast. Huh. Well, congratulations to them, I suppose. And they didn't need this amulet of Mara anymore now that they're married. Maybe I should take this back to Brother Arander. I wonder if we can find out who the happy couple is and congratulate them in person. Well, we should probably go back to town, Garm. Actually, before we run all the way back there, I'm gonna have a little something to eat. An egg sounds good, and maybe a bit of bread. Then let's have some water. And head on back. I'm just not gonna think too much about this dream. I'm probably reading way too much into it anyway. Thinking about nightmares and dreams just had my imagination going a bit. And it supplied a familiar location in which to address my anxieties about everything that's been going on. better than dreaming about dragons, anyway. Let's see. What is going to be first on the agenda? I know. It's time to pay a visit to the jarl. He ought to know that Dawnstar's nightmare problems are over. Though, hopefully he has some idea of it, considering he shouldn't have had any nightmares last night. Still, it would be good to let him know what actually happened, and make sure that Arander gets the credit he deserves for solving this problem. Because somehow, I get the feeling that he's not going to come down here himself to let everybody know. If I'm going to greet the jarl, I should probably take my helmet off. It's only polite after all.
My jarl, I have concerns about the safety of Dawnstar.
Safety? Don't I have you to handle the town's safety? What is this about, Jarl?
You keep pledging more and more of our guard to the front lines. The way this is going, we won't be able to defend our own borders.
Nonsense. The best place for our men is driving the Imperials back. I will ensure that men from Dawnstar get every opportunity for glory.
Glory is meaningless if they have no home to return to. I urge you to lower our commitments to the front until I'm sure we're safe.
I won't have you rob our soldiers of their chance to drive out the Empire. I'm done discussing this, Jarl.
I'm starting to understand people's attitudes towards the jarl here. Well, regardless. Greetings, my jarl.
The nightmares in Dawnstar have lifted, and I hear you helped that happen. You have my thanks.
Oh, did Arander actually come down here? I wasn't expecting that. Well, I was coming here to inform you of that, actually, but seeing that you already know, I'd also like to discuss that dragon attack that occurred last night. How prepared is Dawnstar for attacks like those?
The only reason dragons are attacking is because Talos is angry with us for turning our backs on him.
Is that so?
As soon as we drive the Empire out of Skyrim, the dragons will vanish. Mark my words.
Huh. So, divine retribution is your theory then? Well, I've heard worse theories. Speaking of the war, how is Dawnstar faring?
The Stormcloaks are destined to win this fight. Talos is with us, and when you fight under a divine's blessing, victory is assured. Dawnstar has a history of being the site of battles that have crippled the fate of the Empire. I hope this remains true.
I see. Well, it's good to see that you have such an optimistic attitude, my jarl. Thank you for your town's hospitality. I don't know how long I'll be staying, but probably no longer than tonight. So I wish you farewell.
Don't bother me again unless it's important.
Right. I will make sure not to. Hello.
I'm Scald's housecarl, and head of his
Scald,
Dawnstar.
if you don't mind, sir, I have a request.
You have a request of me, Bulfric? This should be interesting.
Well, I was thinking, sir, with the war going on, maybe I could enlist, fight the Imperials.
A servant? Enlisting in the Stormcloaks? Oh, Bulfric. That's why I like having you about. Oh, you're always good for a laugh.
Yes, sir, that's me. Oafish servant.
Wow.
We are poised for glory, Yod. The Empire will never take Dawnstar while every last man, woman, and child here draws breath.
With respect, Jarl, you can't ask everyone to throw themselves against trained legionnaires. Let's leave the fighting to the Stormcloaks.
You're right. Why dilute the glory with too many souls fighting over it? We'll drive out the Empire and be celebrated as heroes when we win.
If we win, this war's gonna drag on for years. I can feel it. We need to prepare for a long struggle ahead.
Enough of your dire predictions. We will talk about this another time.
That man is an ass. At least his housecarl seems to have some sense.
Just a servant of Skald the Elder. Not worthy of time or consideration.
Not from him, anyway.
There's no honor in being a Jarl's servant. No Sovngarde waits for dust cleaners.
Is that why you want to fight?
My family has served Skald Felgaif's family for generations.
Bullfrek, I have an order of swords and armor from the local blacksmith coming here. I need every piece polished to a fine shine.
Yes, my Jarl. We could hardly waste anyone else's precious time on such a tedious task.
Exactly, Bullfrek. You always know your place.
I feel sorry for that man. Bulfric. Ah, you must be the local Stormcloak officer here.
If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them.
So I've heard.
I'll take my leave then.
Good day to you. Now, this seems to be the kind of setup I would expect from a court wizard, and I believe I saw someone who looks to fit that description. Good day.
I'm here to lend my magic to the people of Dawnstar.
Are you the court wizard then?
If you could call it that. The Jarl can make all the demands in the world. I'm not setting one foot on that battlefield. I fought in the Great War. I cut enough young lives short. I'm not gonna do it again.
I see. What can you tell me about the Great War?
About 30 years ago, the Aldemary Dominion invaded the Empire. It was a surprise attack. Caught everyone off guard.
Well, I'm aware
They
of that
ended up
part.
sacking the Imperial City. I was there, blasting apart young elven men and women with fireballs and lightning bolts. By Akatosh, all the blood, the smell of flesh burned and pulled apart by magic. I never want to do that to another soul, ever again.
I don't blame you for that. Well, I hope the Jarl does not put too much pressure on you.
Back to another fine day in Dawnstar.
Just a servant of Skald the Elder. Not worthy of time or consideration.
You know, I'm not sure we should be blaming those nightmares on Vermina. It seems like the Jarl here causes enough of them himself. Alright. I think next on my list is going back down to visit the blacksmith. Maybe sell off a few of those items that I may or may not have looted from Nightcaller Temple. Good day.
Need a dagger? No? How about a claymore?
Neither actually. Hold on a second. I want to take a look at what I have before I decide what to sell.
Come back if you need steel.
Alright. So there are a few things that I picked up. Some of them I don't really want to keep, but there were a couple of things. Let's see. Which one of these? Yeah, I think I'll stick with the, oh, it's the same thing. Then there's also this dwarven one, but no, I'll stick with what I have. And then there was this really interesting cloak that I found. I don't imagine I'll ever wear it, but I've got the room to keep it around as sort of a souvenir. Then the only other really interesting thing that I picked up was this mace. It seems, well, fascinating, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to use it, but I'm definitely holding on to this one. I've never seen metal quite like this. It's cold to the touch, colder than steel. And it has this quality to it that's... It's really hard to put my finger on it. Either way, I'm hanging on to that one. However, I have a few other items that I might want to sell today.
You looking for a shield? Best thing between you and the enemy, friend.
I'm pretty happy with the shield that I've already got, but thank you.
The finest weapons and armor.
Alright. Let's see. I guess he's not going to take any of that jewelry. But he should take that. And I picked up some silver and some gold, but I think I'll hang on to that. Put it to use. Thank you, friend.
Good day.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you mind if I use this tanning rack? Thank you so
I help
much.
my husband Rustleaf run the forge. He's a marvel with steel. I married Rustleaf when he was in Hammerfell, apprenticing under my father. We forge every day if you need anything.
Thank you. Alright. Let's see. Alright. And you know what? I think perhaps I ought to pay a little bit more attention to my smithing. Put it into practice some more. Let's see. I've been feeling healthier lately. Which is definitely nice. And I've been paying some attention to that helmet that I picked up a while back, that elven helmet. I think I've learned a few things from it. Some things that I might want to put in practice while I'm here. Let's see what I can do with it.